Hey guys, Sandy here, and today I am up for another Follow a Sketch February. I am using this sketch from my Pinterest board. I have this one photo. It is not the best quality photo, but the memory is something I definitely want to scrapbook. This was last January before Chloe left for college. We kind of had like a girls' pajama day at home. I'm also using my For the Love of Homemade Kits kit, so let's see what I can do. Okay, so I did gut my paper, and that is something I don't do a whole lot of anymore, is gut my paper. And of course, my ATG decided to go funky. I don't know why. It only happens with the red one. It doesn't happen with the pink one. Who knows what it is? The tape isn't like on the wrong side or anything like that. It literally just gets tangled up on itself. Who knows? But anyway, I did go ahead and gut this paper. And like I said, that's not something I do a whole lot of anymore because really I've got more paper than I would probably use in a little while. So yeah. I don't make it a point to save every single little teeny piece that might be useful one day. And really, that's brought so much more joy to my scrapbooking when I'm not really that concerned. So I did fussy cut out these flowers, and this is from the Chamel floral paper. I didn't make you guys watch me fussy cut. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking this stencil. This is an older stencil from Brutus Monroe, and I'm using some of this artsy kind of minty colored paint. And I'm using this old Disney gift card as kind of a palette. And instead of like brushing the paint through or kind of painting it on, I am using this palette knife right here. And this works because the paint is a little bit thicker. It's not like a super runny paint. As you can see, when I squirted it out, it kind of kept its body to it. And I'm not doing anything spectacular or special with this. I am literally just filling it in mostly, and that's going to do it. Now I am going to take my paint and kind of outline the edge of my layout here. And I'm okay that it isn't completely straight. I'm okay that it isn't the completely same amount of paint around the edge. This is something I do a lot with a pen, is run a border around. And I thought that doing it with the paint would be a fun thing to do. And as you can see, I'm just taking that palette knife and kind of running it just kind of straight over. And yeah, that's going to do it. Now this does dry, and I decide to go ahead and work on my photo. So like I said, this photo isn't like a tremendous photo. It's not the best photo, but the memory is really awesome. So we spent a girls' day basically in our pajamas and piled in my bed, and we watched some shows, and just did like ate some good food and like made some food together, and it just was a fun time before Chloe left for college. I do add a little bit extra bit of matte where the photo is, and I'm just kind of playing around and figuring out where these flowers are going to go. I'm thinking that I needed to cut out a little bit more, so I'm taking a peek at the flowers and seeing what exactly will work. So I know that I want to cut out this yellow flower, and I figure it can go there. I did cut out that kind of funky pink flower that's basically already cut into the shape that I need, and I'm just going to go ahead and fussy cut that. I do leave in some of the fussy cutting just because there are people that love to fussy cut, and there are people that hate to fussy cut. And I do have to say, I did not used to like fussy cutting, but that was until I figured out like the tips of fussy cutting. Basically, you need a pair of scissors that feels good in your hand. So whether that's teeny scissors, whether that is like my Glitter Girl scissors, or Fiskars, or even a cheap pair of scissors. Whatever scissors feel good in your hand, that has to be number one. Number two, the hand that you hold the scissors with should not move. The only thing you should be doing is opening and closing the scissors. You should use your opposite hand to move the paper. I might slow this down and show it because I've had some questions about fussy cutting when I talk about it. So if that is something you want to see or need to see, is like a slowed down fussy cutting and an explanation of what I mean with moving and not moving of the hands, let me know. And I can make that happen. Now I am using these great fun foam squares, or these are actually little rectangles on a roll. And I got those from my dealer, Amber. She so graciously gave me a roll of them. I've got to look around. There is, like, the only store around me is a 99-cent store. And you get these at Dollar General, I think. So I need to, like, look around and see if I have any in any vicinity anywhere. Maybe when I go to another town or something. I'll have to check it out. But right now, the only thing I'm doing is layering up these fussy cut florals. So this is a small little blue one, and I also have this yellow one that I fussy cut, and I'm just kind of building it up to make a cluster that I think looks good. And I think this looks good. I am going to take some washi tape. I'm going to extend it over top of the banner, the fishtail banner right here. Just because I felt like it needed a little something. I felt like the banner was just too plain. And then I also layer up this pink, and I'm just being sure to tuck that behind the flower, and then my little yellow flower gets back on there. Now I am going to put this washi tape here as well. Now I was sure not to cover up. So this is like newspaper notices, I believe. So I didn't cover up the last name Cunningham on there because that's my maiden name. So I thought that was fun, so I didn't cover that up. Now I have this little chipboard piece that says, remember, as far as everyone knows, we are a nice normal family. And I thought that was cute to put on there as well. And it just kind of covers up that awkward space where I put the paint through the stencil and the fishtail banner. Like, that was a little bit of an awkward space right there. And now that's there, you don't see it. So I do have these darker wood veneer pieces that were also in my homemade kit. And I'm just going to pull those out. I really like this big love over here. It kind of bridges the gap between the washi tape and the floral that I have going on. I pull out a Scrap and Happy Studio epoxy flare badge to pair with that. And then I also pull out a metal flare badge that is in kind of like the same color. And I'm trying out other ones just to see if anything else I have in this little container will work. Ultimately, I decide to go with the three little ones that I have here. Now, I am extremely pleased with this layout. Sometimes you just have a layout that you just love. Like, it doesn't have to be like the most gorgeous layout ever, or it doesn't have to have the most amazing techniques or anything like that. There's just layouts that you do that you put together and you love. And for me, that is this layout. This is one of those layouts where if someone asked me to say what are your favorite layouts of 2020 so far, this would be one of them. And like I said, it's not a spectacular layout. I think it's a great layout, but it's not like super amazing. Well, you know what? It's super amazing to me. So, okay, It's super amazing to me, and I just love it. So there we go. So I do have those 3 little things, the different flare badges and the wood veneer. And I think the wood veneer says something like, let's be lazy. And again, that was completely appropriate because we spent the day like slumber partying it up. So these are compliments from close to my heart. I don't exactly remember what collection, but I do pull out the little floral stickers and I'm just tucking them in and layering them up on all the florals that I have fussy cut. It just adds a little bit of a different texture because the stickers and the paper have a slightly different texture, and it just adds a little bit of interest. So I had this little sticker. It said best ever. I thought the sticker it just looked a little funky, so I trimmed off the little funky piece. And now I'm just adjusting some of these flowers just a little bit, tucking them under, putting them above. I'm also adding in the khaki ones because I think that those go great. I don't think I add much more to this. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. So I have these gold thickers with the little vines, and I thought, you know what? This page needs just a little bit of Shining Shimmering Splendid. And if you don't know what Shining Shimmering Splendid is, that is anything with sparkle or shine, and these gold things definitely shine. So they are a little bit of Shining Shimmering Splendid. And I have to say, I absolutely love how I tucked in that Scrap and Happy Studio flare badge, where it's on top of some of the vines and then the vine is over top of it a little bit. Like that just pleases me to no end. I'm just really, really pleased with myself that I did that because I think it's cool. And that's what matters, guys. Like, do you like your layouts? Not comparing to anyone else's layouts. Like, I'm not looking at this and going, oh man, like, Chamel, because there's a lot of Chamel products on here. These florals are a lot of Chamel. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh man, this is a good page, but compared to what Chamel makes, shoot, this sucks. No, I like this page. And even when I was describing it to you, I was sitting there telling you that it wasn't that great of a page, but I loved it. But you know what? It is a great page. I love it. And that's all there is to it. And, my whole philosophy is scrapbook with what you love and, just have a good time. And right here during this voiceover, I kind of had to remind myself of that. So, my philosophy is there, but sometimes I even, stumble with it a little bit. It's all good. This layout is freaking awesome. Okay, so now, I'm touching it because I am a toucher, and then I'm looking at it, trying to figure out what else I need to do here. And I do know that I'm going to add a little bit of journaling, but apparently I'm going to add a little bit more. So this arrow right here is the same kind of khaki color that I have elsewhere on the layout, so I'm feeling like I'm bringing the color in even more. And then inside of these sequins from Spiegelmom Scraps, let me see if I can pull them out real quick. They are called Earthy Treasure, and it has these kind of dark wood veneers that say love, and I just put that over top of the arrow. Now I am testing out some pins because I want to see what it's going to look like, and I just do that by doing it underneath the photo. I think ultimately I just grab a black Sharpie pen because I couldn't find my black Muji pen. I don't even know where it went. I have a whole bunch of them and I don't even know where they are right now. So here I am. I'm just adding the journaling and talking about Girls' Day, Jammy Day, watching shows, having a good old time before Chloe left for school. And this was when she left for school for the first time. So it was definitely a special and poignant day. I just add the date up at the top. And that is going to do it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you again real soon.